Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about some news that's going on in Las Vegas in regards to some of the schools here. Threats of more violence at Shadow Ridge and Arborview High Schools as CCSD strokes hate against patriotic students. So over the last week, basically how this started was a student had a MAGA hat attached to his backpack because they're not allowed to wear it, but they can attach it to their backpack while they're at school. And one of the assistant principals came up and ripped it off his backpack and crumpled it into a ball and it cracked the brim, so now it's not really wearable. And in response to this, a whole bunch of students got together and did a protest. And the protest got counter-protested by the leftists. So we're going to go ahead and look at some of those videos. Even before the violence started at these students, CCSD seemed to have launched an attack at these kids, suspending many of them for wearing the flag and stoking flames of hatred by sending out emails and social media messages trashing these kids for loving their country. In fact, earlier this week, Principal Kevin McPartlin at Arborview High School sent out an email to students comparing the American flag to the Confederate flag and saying he was working with CCSD district lawyers to try to ban these kids from driving trucks with the American flags and police flags, claiming they are racist and meant to intimidate students of color. Here's the post right here. I understand hate speech, Confederate flag, is absolutely something we can deal with, and we will. I've spoken to the district's lawyers about the trucks with American flags, police flags, etc. I believe strongly that the intent is to intimidate students of color. The district can only allow me to ban most of the students, or most of this if the students actually do something to intimidate students. The overriding legal precedent is in court cases Tinker versus Des Moines Below. Believe me, I've researched this out. So I don't understand why they could have not taken a screenshot like this. But Hannah, I am very impressed with you in these emails. Please know that I am more than willing to sit down with you and a group of your friends to discussion about dress code if you like. So there was also a thing going on before this happened where some of the girls were mad at what the unfair targeting of them with the dress code versus the boys. It seems the school administrators care more about trashing patriotic students and protecting them, as they have been targeted in a ruthless campaign of intimidation and violence at multiple schools over the past week. Here's one of the videos right now. Oh, there's no full screen. Oh, this is the end of this fight. There we go. Clark County pushes critical race theory and anti-racist curriculum tonight at school's board meeting. White students were beat and attacked by Shadow Ridge High School today for wearing American flags. Of course, media is nowhere to be found again. Yeah, this is an alternative media site, and the only one news group was covering it inside of Las Vegas. Then another kid posted anonymously on a Facebook group warning how bad things have gone. Hello, my name is Anonymous. I am a student at Arborview that started wearing the flag to school. I wore the Don't Tread on Me flag. I'm here to tell you that tell the Arborview parents that me and my buddies received a threat that they would shoot up the school and not stop till they killed on all of us. Till they killed on of us, whatever that means. I have already contacted the principal, but I am posting here to let parents know that there's a possibility of this happening. I don't think they will because they are all talk, but I advise to consider the possibility of this happening. So people are threatening like violence over this stuff, not just fights. Let's see. I'm just going to go down to this video right here. Imagine that mentally ill anti-racist liberals at CCSD meeting attempt to segregate speakers and try to surround, intimidate, and attack white speaker. So this is a video of someone with a protesting with a Make America Great Again hat and a Trump flag getting surrounded and intimidated by leftist protesters. And guess what the cops do? You'll see here in a second. She has a shirt on saying, proud to be an anti-racist. So they got in trouble for wearing a MAGA hat because it was too provocative, and you're not allowed to wear slogans that are too provocative at school. But they're allowed to wear, I'm proud to be an anti-racist and other leftist propaganda because it's not considered, divisive. But of course, right-wing stuff is. So of course the police, instead of telling the protesters to stop surrounding him and, being violent, they tell him to leave. Oh, look, and they surround him. And then this is about the school board meeting, which we're not going to cover. Then we go down to right here. Cimarron Memorial High School admin wishing death on unvaccinated. This is Kelly Summer. She stole this post from one of her friends, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. It basically says that if you are not taking proactive measures to protect yourself and others from the virus, aka getting vaccinated and wearing a mask, then she hopes you go ahead and catch it and die quickly. Sorry, not sorry. We've been dealing with the pandemic for over a year. If you haven't pulled your head out of the ass by now, just go ahead and perish so the rest of us can move on. And she's like, other people who can't get vaxxed, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones who make the choice and can get vaxxed. Those people need to go and die. Now, the principal had sent a memo out saying the district is aware of social media posts made by a staff member and is working to address the situation. We appreciate your continued support, and please feel free to contact me if you have any additional concerns. So go ahead and contact the principal, Lori Sarabrin. You think I would know her name? I went there. And, let her know how you feel about this social media post and how it is not becoming of a educator. And then right here, this is what we're fighting against. The fate of hate. The face of hate looks very different. This morning triggered trauma for March 2019. We have been responding to our boots have been on the ground since yesterday. Thank God we created the crisis response model for hate-motivated behavior. 2 demonstrations, 2 fights, and 2 threatened school shootings, Arborview and Shadowbridge. In 2 days, the district was warned. Tensions are high. Akio Cooks and I are working diligently with CCSD to ensure school safety, provide support, and eradicate hate. And then they show Patriots protesting the treatment of this one student. And she highlights that they're planning a truck rally. And I don't have any pictures of the truck rally, but it was just a bunch of trucks going by with American flags. And that was it. And they're saying that being a patriot automatically makes you a racist, automatically means that you're intimidating people of color, which is just not true. And I actually have a post from someone at the school to the principal at Shadow Ridge High School in Las Vegas that took a student MAGA hat and destroyed it. Good for you. Let those racist little bastards see the way that they treat others. Sorry, see how the way they treat others feels. Fuck them and fuck their feelings. And if we actually look at the rest of her posts, I think it might be him. I can't tell. It's really hard to tell these days. You can see a lot of anti-Trump propaganda and memes, a lot of leftist talking points. But this is what they're teaching at the schools anyways. So as you can see, Vegas is heating up at the schools. We already had a protest against masks a couple of weeks ago, and this is just going to continue until everything snowballs out of control. The CCSD board seems to be pretty liberal, and they are all siding with the counter-protesters instead of the protesters. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'll update the story as it unfolds. Have a great day.